black and green. Look at them over here.
Yeah.
I want to welcome Brittany
Black.
Packnett Cunningham,
Yeah.
an activist,
Yes.
writer, and a friend of ours. We are a part of a Machete's crew. We waiting for one more to join us.
That's right.
I don't know where she's at. Brittany, we are so thrilled for you to be here,
prophetess.
sis.
Thank
A
you. Brittany, you
prophetess.
are an activist out of Missouri.
Yes.
You also served on council for the President Barack Obama. You do a lot of social commentating, but also a lot of work on the ground still.
Appreciate that.
And a hell of a lot of preaching.
And a hell of a lot of preaching. And she and Latasha both do some amazing singing. But she's
Yes.
also, as Angela said, a Machete member. So thank you for being here.
But you know what, though? I'm a little bit mad
Uh-oh.
because I love you all so much. But the agreement was that if I was going to do Native Land Pod, I could not speak after Latasha.
Oh, get out
Ain't
of
nobody
here.
got
Come on,
Come on,
Bishop.
Bishop.
The word has
That's
been
misinformation.
preached. The benediction has been prayed. The
Oh.
collection plate has been passed.
Almost passed.
Right? Like it's
Past
everybody
that.
out in the vestibule now. It's the let out. I'm glad to
She
be here
delivers a
always.
sermon every time. Every time she delivers a sermon. I'm really happy you're joining us on Set, Britt, because one, I just love when we all get to be together as our sister circle. We were in Mexico together a few weeks. You can check some of our thirst traps if you like.
Oh, bet. Oh, bet.
Don't she means Tiff's?
Everybody ain't got a
Tiff's-
thirst trap,
Tiff's
Tiffany.
first trap.
Whoa, yes.
Tiff's first trap.
Please
It's
be
different.
specific.
Speak for yourself.
Latasha, we lying?
Don't
Listen.
Speak for yourself.
Literally.
If you're sexy, just show it.
Thank you, Tasha.
Let 'em know
We
it.
can do good work and we're in
We
the
surely can.
I'm clearly not a Shetty.
Not a
I'm just
shame.
here in
We call
witness.
them in the butter
I'm serving
knives on
witness.
That's all right.
Serving witness.
I
what
try not
is-
to
what
say that
is-
part out loud.
What is the task for people watching at home right now? Because I think, I was just talking to one of the mayors earlier saying this was the plot line here was so unbelievable, it rivals a Tyler Perry plot.
Yeah.
If this were in a movie, I'd say this is ridiculous. It's just not believable. But yet here we are,
Here we
and
are.
the country turned like that. It wasn't even a month ago that
That's
Vice
right.
President Harris is now our nominee. So for all the people who were a bit apathetic, who are now excited and hopeful, what beyond that hope and excitement do people need to be doing right now to make this a decisive win?
I love this question because it's action oriented, and Latasha and I were together last night having a conversation about organizing
Y'all didn't call
with
nobody?
some folks.
Fine.
The meeting
Listen,
started at 10:30.
I was going to say, you were already asleep. Let's be honest about it. But
We
the
still
truth of
didn't
the
get
matter
no
is,
text message. But don't worry, Britt. They did the same thing. They watched the
Don't
speech
Brittany,
together.
all these
without me.
FOMOs,
Now
all
I
these
really feel
this
like I'm
fear
in
of
the
missing
middle.
out.
You is
I'm
in the
telling
middle,
you.
girl. And you the youngest, so you know you always gonna catch it.
Right.
Yeah.
I do get. Can we talk about that at some point? Because I feel like nobody acknowledges that. But it's true. I get it real rough. But this is the right question, right? Because we often are talking about a lot of the things that we are dealing with, the trauma that we endure, the ways we've had to survive and be creative and innovative. And yet, we often don't have the time left to be imaginative, to
That's
be
right.
strategic, to actually dream up the world that we deserve and
Come
say,
on.
let's plan backwards from it and figure out how we get there together, because it's not freedom if we don't get there together.
That's real.
So I really think that this question about action is so important. But the action starts within. You actually have to begin to take the time to expand your imagination. Like, sit outside for 5 minutes.
That's right.
Stare at the sky and say, like, if I'm truly going to be my ancestors' wildest dreams, then how wild can my dreams get? Because there are a lot of folks for whom this week and the culmination of it and the nomination of Vice President Harris to the ticket will be their wildest dreams.
Yeah.
But guess what? We here.
Yeah.
So now you got to go dream bigger.
Yeah.
Now we have to go ideate further. Now we have to go expand. So I think that that's the first thing we do. The second thing that we do in particular is we have honest conversations with one another. There is a tendency in our community to say, go vote because I said so.
Yeah.
To say, go vote because I literally watched somebody say, I'll put you over my knee and spank you. And I was like, I don't think you should be telling grown people that, A. But also, like, when is the last time somebody ever condescended you into anything?
That's right.
Like, when somebody said that to you when you were an actual child, as an actual child, you rebelled.
You lose
so what do you think
credibility.
we're going to do as an adult? Exactly. There is a reason why people are feeling squeezed out. There is a reason why folks are saying, well, you told me 4 years ago was the most important election of my lifetime, and now you're telling me again, and you said that 8 years ago. So how is it the most important every time? I thought that was last time.
Especially when ain't nothing changing on my block.
Exactly. So we have to acknowledge where people are and then encourage them, as Latasha has been saying, to actually dig deep and reach into our own power.
Yeah.
I'm not a person who likes to leave any tool or power on the table.
That's right.
Like, if I'm trying to get something done for my son, for y'all nephew, then I'm going to go to hell and back to make it happen.
For sure.
Why would I not do that for my people?
For sure.
Why would I not vote and protest? Why would I not protest and strategize? Why would I not strategize and use content and media? Like, I'm not leaving nothing on the table for our freedom. I refuse to do that. And that's the kind of activity that we have to decide to be engaged in every single day.
I love that.
I just want to tell y'all real quick, while the show's going on, this is actually one of my favorite parts of the Democratic National Convention, but it's real special today. The roll call is happening right now.
I love it.
And Britt, while you were talking about imagination, you saw Wes Moore holding the mic like a hip-hop artist.
Right.
Governor, no, it was dope. Governor Wes Moore, our black governor from Maryland.
That's right.
Black governor from Maryland. But our black governor, because we ain't got enough.
Okay.
Saying that Maryland is committing its votes to Kamala Harris. What an historic moment. You talk about imagination all the time. You talk about it all the time. They're also holding everybody, including our dear sister Erin. So talk about imagination right now.
Yes, that is. But can we just take a moment to acknowledge that, though?
Yes.
That this
It's
historic
major.
candidate at a
That's
time
right.
with the first black woman president, or president-elect, because I speak it into existence.
Hallelujah.
Latasha, you, I hope you don't mind me violating our confidentiality agreement and talking about our group
You
chat.
go over some money, child.
Yes, I owe Latasha my
We
life.
said, what's about to
So
happen?
it's fine. But Latasha, we were all at the Machete group chat. We were in there. We talk 8,000. If you miss the group chat for an hour, you come back and it's
Tiff trying to
10,000
get kicked out.
messages.
What she about to say?
But this is worth violating.
And she on the stage with 3 Scorpios right now. How does that go?
I'm over
It's
here like,
worth
where is this
violating.
going?
When we were talking about the chances for Vice President Harris,
Yes.
and Latasha wrote this. I'm like, this is going in my book. It was a dissertation where Latasha was saying, essentially, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and it's just time.
That's right.
Like, there was no other option. That it is time. The work that black women have done, and I can't echo your words as beautifully and poetically and lyrically as you do, but I read that and got teary-eyed because there is no other option other than for this to happen. We talk about the dream and the hope of the slave, and some would argue the dream and the hope of the enslaved was not to succeed here in America, but to go home, back to our roots. And here we have a convergence, a confluence of all of that happening. We have gone to the motherland together, and now we have this bridge of the enslaved everywhere. She is the daughter of immigrants.
Yes.
People don't realize that the enslaved were also in Jamaica.
That's
Hello.
right.
We
More
are
of them in
stretching
Jamaica
back.
than here.
Exactly. We are reaching across continents. We are reaching across nations and leading the way here in America. And I have goosebumps. So for what gives you, because I share that spirit with you, what gives you that self-assured, unshaken faith that the wind is at our back now? This is going to happen.
Because we're here. Like, and I need people to sit in it. We are here. We are literally the children, the great-great-great-grandchildren of those who they were so our families, our ancestors were so dehumanized, they weren't even considered full human beings, right? That to be able to read, right? Here we are literally running colleges, creating colleges, establishing them. We were, oh, look at the machete!
The machete.
Well, y'all,
Carrie, you come over here.
hey, Carrie,
Let me just say, come over
Carrie,
here.
Carrie,
Okay.
why don't you just come
Okay,
take
okay.
We already worked that out. That's what they're doing.
No, we want you to Andrew. Come on.
Your headphones
Keep your,
on.
no, it's all taken
It's a
care of.
tribute
So
to the
as
Shetties.
That's right, you
No, that's already. It's
I'm gonna
already
get my
worked out.
ass out of here.
No, so let me just say to our people watching at
thank you,
home, we
Tim.
are joined by 2 additional Machete members, part of our Machete group chat. We have the amazing Carrie Champion. You all know Carrie Champion.
What up,
She has done
Carrie?
amazing work in media and sports. She's constantly calling me, asking me to explain something sports related to her. It's exhausting, but she is an amazing. You've seen Carrie everywhere. I call her the catwalk assassin. You can see why. And
She bad. They
my
all bad.
sister in journalism, Erin Haynes. I know you all see her, and so many people tell me how much they enjoy Erin Haynes, who is the face of the 19th. Please check out her newsletter and that platform. But so many people, Erin, always tell me how amazing you are on television. And I was telling Angela on the way here, I'm like, they don't even know the real Erin, because as great as she is on MSNBC.
Hold on, ATL.
Listen, Southwest Atlanta Erin.
Be real clear. This is the SWATs.
1990s Fifi
Lord.
me Erin. The SWATs Erin
This is
is
the
a
SWATs,
whole other
baby.
level. She is the wittiest and funniest
God.
in our group chat.
That's right.
But also just so smart, your scope on things. So it is. I just feel like this is a dream to
It
have all
is.
the machetes.
Why would you
on
We
set.
had a machete
And our
roll call
Android.
with Kamala's roll call.
That's
I
right,
want to
come
tell you
on.
just a technical thing. Who are you?
Brittany and Carrie are gonna share
I was about to
this mic.
say Erin. You guys
You
are
can-
sharing that mic.
yeah,
You can
okay,
lift up
great.
your little
Your
little
hand
piece.
can
lift this
Scary.
up.
You're gonna
We're
share that
sharing a mic
handheld.
and a seat.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, my thickness is pushing you out.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Lordy.
Oh my
Just one
gosh.
sheet.
You're not
Just
that
one
thick.
sheet.
You're not that thick.
You don't have to tell the people that.
Okay. one sheet. Well, let's start with Erin, and we'll work our way down.
I love
Erin, as a journalist, you take a different scope of things. What does this moment mean for you? Because I feel like some people enter this space as a journalist, some people enter this space as a woman, some people enter this space as a black person. Where are you right now? In what order? Oh, you got to unmute her
Oh,
mic.
Lord, I was so in the
All right,
moment.
go
Okay.
ahead, Erin.
Sorry,
Come on,
Erin.
Ginger.
Wow.
Do
I'm
better.
so in the
Go right
moment.
ahead.
I mean,
Reclaim your time.
listen to black women. I'm speaking.
We got
What's
you.
happening?
We got you.
I'm speaking.
Wow.
I'm at the footstool.
Exactly. From Freaknik to the DNC. Here I am. Here we go.
She's not kidding.
No, but I mean, listen. I'm all of those things, obviously, at once. I bring all those lived identities to who I am as a journalist. Don't apologize for that. But,
Love it.
I really thought about, boarding my plane to Chicago on Sunday. Sunday was the 104th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which is the amendment for which my newsroom is named. An amendment which guaranteed the right for some, but not all women.
Not black
the right
women.
to vote. Hello. We had to fight twice as hard for even longer.
Yeah.
Before we had our full access to the franchise. We're still fighting.
Yeah.
Right? Our access to this democracy still being challenged. You see that. We could have seen that this week coming into this convention, right? Which could have been a contested convention, open convention. That's not what we're seeing here. We are seeing a Democratic Party that is unified behind a black woman who could become the first woman president of the United States. That is not a moment that we necessarily saw coming when we started the 19th almost 5 years ago. Literally, the 19th started after the 2016 election when we saw these tired tropes around electability, around readiness, around ambition, right? And we knew that there was a different way to talk about women, to talk about our leadership, to talk about gender and our politics in this country and the emerging small d democracy that you talked about so much, Tiffany, that you continue to talk about. So, yeah, I mean, I come to a convention where the diversity that I'm seeing in the arena is reflected on stage as well as in the audience. That's not something that I saw just a month ago at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. That is striking to me. I think we know it's real, but to see it happening, to see it in reality, a true representative democracy really in this arena, and abortion, which we knew was on the ballot, was on stage last night. That's really remarkable to think about. So, I mean, I don't know. I as a journalist, this is just a remarkable moment to cover. As a black woman, I am thinking about everybody from Shirley Chisholm to Jesse Jackson to, I mean, just so many people that paved the way for this moment to be possible. Mignon Moore, Donna Brazile, Leah Daughtry, Yolanda Caro, I mean, all just front and center in this moment. They helped to manifest the moment in which we now find ourselves. And as a journalist, I mean, I can't not mention them in this conversation. So, there's a lot there. And obviously, the 19th is feeling pretty good about, the idea that we had 4 years ago, because it's all on full display this week.
And your coverage is constantly beautiful.
So good.
It is.
Also the host of the Amendment podcast, which we didn't say. And speaking of podcast hosts, we also have Carrie Champion
We got all
here.
the podcast hosts up
All
in
the
here.
podcast hosts, but we also have Carrie Champion here. What I love about you being here, Carrie, is this isn't something where you had to come. You felt compelled to come. I know you have that headset on, but if you don't mind picking up that mic, I'd love to talk to you about what made you want to be here? And Andrew Gillum, just because the women are occupied with 6 of these seats, need to weigh in here. Double Dutch, man.
I'm taking in. You got to listen first.
First and foremost, thank you guys for having me. I'm standing. I just want to talk about my machetes for a minute. I'm standing out front. I'm waiting for someone to bring me a credential. And who do I see just walk up on me and was like, no, I got you. Follow me. I have a pass. We so are in sync with one another. Of all the people that I could see standing in front of the United Center, Aaron walks up on me and gives me, of all the people. And it was just like, I love you so much. I love this. I love this sisterhood. I love what you all are doing. You all know that. Andrew, I love you.
Thank you, sis.
And I love Britt because she's letting one of my butt cheeks just kind of.
Yet holding on. It is yet holding on.
For dear life.
This is the workout for the day. So I am a CNN contributor, but I did not have to come. But I was like, if I miss this moment, I miss Barack's moment. But if I miss this moment, this to me felt so substantial and so bigger than us. And I felt like this appointment in which Kamala Harris has in this moment felt divine. It is a testimony to everything can happen in a blink of an eye. Overnight. My God is so real. And so I was able to witness what happened to this woman. 3, 4, 5 months ago, nobody could have told me this is where we would be.
That's right.
Yeah. And in an instant, I am sitting here and I'm all like, this is a testimony to those who believe and who have chosen. So what's meant for you is meant for you, and no one can take it away from you. And I'm watching in real time. And so I had to be here because I live that. I believe that. We all do. We've been in these moments. And it's something special. In my world of sports, as we all know, I said this, it's not an accident where you have these two entities where the women's athletics is taken off in a way in which we have never seen before.
That's right.
Yeah. And then we look at women in the world fighting, and we're saying, and I've said this before, not on my damn watch. You want to take away these things bit by bit. You played your hand, you overplayed your hand, and now we are here and we are righteous and we are taking back what is ours. There is this idea in sports that everyone needs a good story, a good rivalry story, always needs a really good person, and they need a foil. Right? They need a good athlete and they need a foil. But in this instance, women, black women are the foil. We are taking it. We are taking it back. You thought you were the superhero, but the story is ours. And I am so grateful to be here. And I'm more excited because I thought I was coming on tomorrow, but since you guys had me on today, I'm just hanging out, butt cheek and all, one butt cheek and all.
Well, we are so grateful, y'all. We promise y'all we needed only about 5 minutes of your time, so we're going to let y'all head on out. Latasha got people to see and things to do. We got some other guests coming up, but we are so grateful for y'all.
Love the Shetties. Shout out to the Shetties.
This is our moment.
Yes.